So I went to school, high school in Argyle, so it's right down the road here. My parents live right by us, so we've lived here for my whole life.
When stars were falling.
Justin Nazavera. I grew up in Fort Anne, New York. Right now I've been a high school phys ed teacher for about 7-8 years, and that's where I met Lex. We got hired at the same time at Granville, and that's kind of how things started. So,
2016, I got a position at Granville High School for an art teacher position, and that was kind of like my first real teacher position, job. So we actually got hired at the same time. He was the gym, or he still is the gym coach over there.
we both got hired at the same time. She was an art teacher, me phys ed, and we had a new teacher orientation, and we were both coaching sports. That's kind of how we met, and we were friends for a couple of years before we started dating. When she got a job down here at her home school, that's kind of when we started hanging out and talking a little bit more. And
you know, my first impression, I could tell, you know, he was a nice guy, and you know, it was our first day teaching, so you know, we had that similarity. So at that time, I wasn't obviously interested, just because, you know, we're trying to be professional, and so I mean, I thought he was cute, you know, but we actually just became really, really close friends, not best friends, but we had our own coworker group, and we would always go out on Fridays after school just for coaches meetings, because I used to coach over there too, and he's a big he coaches 3 sports over there.
yeah, just like I said, we had been friends for years, and it just kind of happened kind of out of the blue, so didn't really expect it.
You know, I knew, I heard through the grapevine that he was, you know, he was interested. So for that whole summer in 2018, we just hung out, we just started talking a lot more. I guess we missed each other, and we knew we weren't going to see each other much in the coming school year. So we just started kind of going out on, you know, some little dates here and there, and just dinner and drinks, or you know, we'd just go sit by the water.
Yeah, it didn't take very long. There was no specific, but we just kind of always have a good time when we're hanging out with each other. So it wasn't really, there wasn't no aha kind of moment. It was just I kind of knew pretty quick.
Yeah, it was so easy and just natural, you know. Natural, I guess, is the best way to explain it.
Nothing seems forced, you know. Everything's just kind of, we just kind of go with the flow, and it just works for us.
I think it was just ever since I really started to we started our you know, relationship, I just knew this was it.
Justin and Lexi. Marriage is a promise between 2 people who love each other, who trust that love, who honor one another as individuals and that togetherness, and who wish to spend the rest of their lives together.
And try to make a funny face, and for a second all my sorrows melt away. As if we just smile, we can forget all of our troubles for a while.
So how was the proposal from your perspective?
Quite the surprise. I just thought it was an ordinary day. I got out of work. I waitressed down at a diner in Argyle.
It was right after COVID kind of not ended, but reopened some stuff, and K Jewelers was the first time it was open. So I was kind of oh shoot, I better go over there and get it taken care of. Well, then when I bought the ring, I'm awful at keeping surprises or secrets. So I called up my buddy who's got a lake house in Fort Anne, and we planned it out that night, and the next day I did it.
And then he texted me while I was at work. It was on a Sunday morning, and he's like, hey, our Johnny and Shelby are friends. They actually got married last year. And he's like, Johnny and Shelby want us to come over to the lake and go out on the boat. They're having a little cookout. And like last summer we did a lot with them, like we were always on the boat and stuff, so we went over there and he was kind of being weird like the whole time. He just like literally makes a beeline to the lake, like to the dock, and just sits on the dock, and I'm like...
We went out for a boat ride with my buddy and his wife, and we kind of stopped in the middle to take pictures.
So we get out on the boat and Shelby goes, Lex, can you take a couple pictures of Johnny and I in the front of the boat? She knows I love pictures, so she's like, oh, do you want some of like Justin and you? And I'm like, sure, okay. We go up to the front of the boat and Shelby's taking pictures, and you know, it was kind of the time where, okay, pictures were done. So I started walking like back to the back of the boat again, and Justin was behind me and he's like, hey Lex, and so I turned around.
We took a picture and she started walking away, and I dropped down to one knee, and she turned around because I think she thought I was having a heart attack or something was wrong. So she's like, come on, get up. And I'm like, hello, like I'm holding a ring.
And so I turned around and he's down on one knee with a ring. So I was totally like thrown off guard, and I don't even know what I said. I know I said yes, obviously, but...
Then it finally clicked. She was like, oh shoot, he's proposing right now. She said yes. It took her a second because I think she was in a little bit of shock. So yeah, and it was pretty cool. My buddy's wife had champagne on the boat ready for us, and yeah, it was pretty cool.
And then all of a sudden she just like takes out the bottle of champagne, and she gave it to Naz to open, and he breaks it open, and he does the whole like NASCAR, like all over us. I'm like, oh my God. So it was really something I won't forget.
Marriage is a promise between two people who love each other. It enables the two separate souls to share their desires, longings, dreams, and memories, their joys, sorrows, and to help each other through all the uncertainties of life. A strong marriage also nurtures each of you as separate individuals and allows you to maintain your unique identity and grow in your own way. Along with love, marriage takes trust to know in your hearts that you only want the best for each other. It takes dedication to stay open to one another, to learn and grow, even when it is difficult to do so. And it takes faith to go forward together without knowing what the future holds for you both.
So what are some of your strengths like as a couple?
You know, I think it's really important that we both like are a team. Like for instance, I have like a home decor business, and he actually helps me on the side. So he helps frame and like cut wood for me, and like he just does anything he can to make me happy.
We're pretty honest with each other, and we're pretty we communicate well, I should say. You know, there's really not much that we don't talk about, or you know, I know she's having a rough day, we'll talk, or same with her with me, and I would say that's probably one of our biggest strengths. And then we have a good time with each other. That always makes things easy. So,
right, Justin, repeat after me. No. Lexi, I take you as you are.
Lexi, I take you as you are.
Loving who you are.
Loving who you are.
I promise from this day forward.
I promise from this day forward.
To be grateful for our love and life.
To be grateful for our love and life.
To be generous with my time.
To be generous with my time.
My energy and my affection.
My energy and my affection.
To be patient with you and with myself.
To be patient with you and myself.
To fill our life with adventure and our home with laughter.
To fill our life with adventure and our home with laughter.
to inspire you to grow as an individual,
to inspire you to grow as an individual,
and to love you completely.
and to love you completely.
Your turn.
All right, you gotta repeat that. 'Cause I don't know.
Justin, I take you as you are,
Justin, I take you as you are,
loving who you are.
loving who you are.
I promise from this day forward
I promise from this day forward
to be grateful for our love and life,
to be grateful for our love and our life,
to be generous with my time,
to be generous with my time,
my energy, and my affection,
my energy, and my affection,
to be patient with you and with myself,
to be patient with you and myself,
to fill our life with adventure and our home with laughter.
to fill our life with adventure, love.
Oh, that's the laughter part.
Home with laughter.
I added a little bit.
No
To
stress.
inspire you to grow as an individual
To inspire you to grow as an individual,
and to love you completely.
to love you completely.
This ring symbolizes my love for you and the commitment we made today.
This ring symbolizes my love and the commitments we made today.
Justin and Lexi, you have come here today in the presence of family and friends to declare your love and commitments to each other. You have given and received a ring as a symbol of your promise. By the power of your love and commitment to each other, and by the power vested in me by the state of New York, I pronounce you husband and wife. You may now share your first kiss.
Let's
at
take
the
this
church.
road. Oh, this winding road. Let's just take the long way home.
Thanks, Dane.
You've got me running in circles. I don't ever wanna slow down. Let's just keep spinning, spinning, spinning. Just keep going round, going round. You've got me running in circles. I can't keep both feet on the ground. Let's just keep spinning, spinning, spinning. Just keep going round, going round.
So from the bottom of your hearts, get excited for the brand new Mr. and Mrs. Nazavera!
I know I speak for the entire Grimside in saying that what a relief it is that we finally made it to this day. I know there's a lot of times I was driving home and me and my wife would be talking, and one of us would say, you know, I really like Lexi. And there would be a brief pause, and the other one would say, yeah, I know, I really hope Justin doesn't screw it up. Well, here we are, and I'd like to toast to Justin, not screwing it up. But seriously, I couldn't be more happy for you guys, and I can't wait for all the future that holds for our families.
And Lexi, I want you to know I mean this from the bottom of my heart. I really mean it. I will never remember the first time I meeting you. But Justin told me about it. And he told me a lot. He couldn't stop talking about it. One of the things he said early on in the relationship, which is very hard to get this guy all around, he told me that you were the one. You were the finish. The one that finally hit him out of his parents' house.
The thing about Lex is that she truly is the best friend that everyone needs. She is completely honest and will lift you up. She knows how to toughen you up when you need it. Trust me, she's toughened me up a lot. She's a super hard worker, and I don't know, I'm sure all of you know, she's accomplished a lot in the last couple of years. She had a vision in mind, and she set out to achieve it. You guys know she just, built her house, so I'm proud of her for that. And when you got engaged, I knew that your life was finally starting to fall into place, just as you had hoped. Dream job, building up your new house, and now getting married. and it's been a long time coming, and I couldn't be happier for you. It's hard to get to know someone when you live so far away. But as I've traveled up here so much in the last few months, I've gotten to know Justin, and I can see how wonderful he is to her.
Yeah!
I'm so happy that she's talking about her partner for life. He adores her, treats her like a queen, and will do anything for her.
Just raise your glass and make a toast. I haven't sworn yet. I'm probably going to toast now. Justin, come on, I just party. Lexi, you're the one. Don't mess it up.
Last question. Why do you love her?
Oh, that's easy. She's my best friend. You know, there's times where I get pretty stressed out pretty easily with work and stuff like that, and she's always the first one to make sure I'm feeling okay. And even if that means just letting me sit in my garage and have my own time or playing golf, you know, like I said, she's the best. I mean, I really can't put it in words.
So Justin, it makes me feel like so safe, so loved, and cared for. Just the way he looks at me all the time, like I feel like he adores me. Like, and I know that's kind of cliche, but like I said before, he's always like trying to make sure like I'm happy. And I've just never had someone that's like my best friend, that's always there, that would do anything for me. We're there for each other and we look out for each other. I think, you know, we're on the right path.